INFP vlog in San Francisco.
I wonder what kind of car he rented. It's probably like a Prius. You know, INFPs, they're a little quiet.
I don't think so.
Take exit 438.
Check it out, it's the Full House place. Traveling is awesome. It has its drawbacks for us INFPs. I'm not gonna do a full vlog out here because there's probably like 3 people looking at me right now and it's completely awkward that I'm even doing this. But when I get back to the house, that's what I'll probably do, is I'll talk about being an INFP and traveling a lot and just the experiences you gain and also some of the hardships that come along with it. So consider that probably the longest live stream vlog. Not live stream, but see, I can't even make sense outside. Okay, INFP vlog over. So I made it back from that little trip. Right after San Francisco, all that rain, when you go to California on vacation, I was there for work. When you go on vacation, you're supposed to be there when it's sunny. So it was nice that the Full House Golden Gate day, when I had a little bit of free time off work before I had to go in. But on the way home, it was all just not okay. I just wanna go into like my life traveling as an INFP. I have done it pretty extensively, like my whole adult life almost. Not really all of it, but like really quick synopsis. When I was 18, I went straight into the Air Force. I did more of the worldly travels then. I've been a lot of places. I haven't been all over the world, but I had a good span of places. And as far east as I've been is Afghanistan. The south I've been, South Africa, Iceland, probably Vancouver. I haven't seen like the Japan and the Asia and you know, things like that, but all in the middle of that little spectrum of places I've been, east, north, west, south, whatever. I've been to a lot of places inside of that. There's obviously more places I want to visit. I might go into the military as another video kind of conversation of how it is for an INFP, but for this one, I'll just go somewhere else. So then after that, for those 9 years of the Air Force, I came back home. I got an escalator technician type job where I traveled around I live in Ohio, so I traveled around the state of Ohio. I was always home every day, but I did travel kind of locally within the state and servicing elevators. And after 4 years of that, then I did 4 years of, I was a maintenance manager at the Columbus Airport where I fly out of every week, so I get to see familiar faces still. But I did that job where that one was more of a, I was home every night type thing, and I just went straight to work and came home. And so for those 4 years, I wasn't really traveling. I kind of had a break of traveling in a sense. And then now for the last 4 years, I've been doing this job where this is 100% travel. It's different than the Air Force. It's different than all the jobs I've had. And it's more of a national, not so much worldly thing. Again, like I said, I went to England. I've been to Germany through this company. It's really mostly United States based. And I'll do I don't know, about 10 or so trips to Canada every year. But like when, how this job works is I go install big food equipment lines through all kind of plants, McDonald's, Pepperidge Farms, bakeries, like just anything you could think of. Not anything, but like we do a lot of industrial lines, so it's just big stuff. I'm not like installing in an actual McDonald's building where you go buy a Big Mac at. It's more of the big places that make the burgers and the buns and things like that for distribution. So with that, it's like basically my life is kind of a, you know, that show How It's Made. That's kind of like how my life is on a day-to-day basis. Week to week, everything's new. Equipment, new challenges, new struggles, new getting your product to work with the equipment, new people, new places, it's very exciting, but at the same time, there's not a lot of comfort zone. If you're comfortable in your life of structure and things like that, it's definitely, it takes a lot to kind of get adapted to things. You just got to kind of go with the flow with how the customer flows. It's not a clock punching type job. Starting off, how it works is my main company is based out of Boston. Great company to work for, but what we do is I'll usually get a week in advance notice. Typically, they'll call me on like a Friday and say, hey, I need you to be here on Monday at this plant to install this, to do this, to do this. We go there, we can kind of plan a little bit on our way there and just kind of, and some of the machines we've seen before, whatnot. So they'll say, go to Nebraska. I book my plane, rental car, my hotel. I do all the travel arrangements, just basically say, they just give me the address, say, hey, go here and get here at this time. So I do all that, and then I fly out on Monday, whatever time that is. Sometimes we have to fly and go to the customer that same day. Sometimes we just have a travel day, and then we might, go on Tuesday. It's not always Monday through Friday. Sometimes it's weekend work. So it all depends on when the customer's availability is to where they have available time to install the equipment or fix the equipment or whatever they might have a need for. It's really just it's just, again, like I said, staying fluid and just adapting with the customer's expectations. So I'll go there. If it's an install type thing, I'll make sure all the equipment's installed, make sure it's operating properly. My battery just died for the first time. I've never had a battery die in the middle of filming. Usually I'm more prepared than that. So anyway, I have no idea what I was just talking about. Zero idea. I know what I was talking about, but so I get there. And when I get to these places, I'll go there and I'll train and I do a lot of socializing. It's not an ideal INFP safe space by any means, but it does get you out of your comfort zone. That's the whole point of this whole video I have really is I know a lot of INFPs that they do the open-ended travel type stuff. They go to a place, they have zero plan, they go until the money dries up.
How long will you be here in Tahiti?
No idea.
And your final destination?
They'll just go for months and just kind of get lost and go in the non-touristy places. They do all these things where to me it's super intriguing, but I've never done that, nor am I equipped mentally to do something like that. To me, it sounds awesome. And the thing is, with me, my traveling has always been work guided. So even though I might get comfortable and want to fall into an INFP comfort zone where I don't want to go outside, work is basically telling me, hey, Monday you have to go to Idaho, wherever it's at, and I don't really have that choice. But to me, I don't regret any of it. It is hard because it just right when you get all oh, I'm safe, and then it's hey, get out there. That's something every type should do is get out and experience things. If you don't experience life and you just go down in that basement and you hide and you just put a blanket over your head, you don't get to experience things. Trust me, I get burnt out. I'm not saying everyone has the opportunity to have a traveling type job or travel for that matter. They might have travel restrictions. But if you do and you're just not doing it, good to get out. If there is a traveling type job, maybe not 100%, I've been doing it for 4 years now. And it's essentially Monday through Friday, I'm in a hotel somewhere. Or just, weekend stuff, whatever it might be. But any day that I'm typically working for this company, I'm in a hotel. I'm away from home. I'm away from this. I'm out in the scary world where, that's the thing. If we go out in the world, we are basically opening ourselves up to criticism, to the bad stuff out there. But with the bad comes the good. If you don't experience things, bad and good, in life, then you're just never gonna grow as a person. And I think that's what's most important. Because again, all these times, 20 years, I've been out of my comfort zone in my work life. I've been successful with it, but it's not on the back end of being highly stressed. And stress is, you don't wanna be stressed in life. You wanna limit that as much as you can. But also I think that if you do struggle a large portion of your life and do things, yes, it's very difficult to deal with those times. You also gain invaluable experiences that other people might not get. And you just really know how you perform as a person when you're really, really low, hitting rock bottom or something like that. It gets you stronger as an individual. And that's That's where my experiences come from. I don't want to travel for the rest of my life. It's like, this is a large amount of travel. There's things you take for granted at home where it's like things my basement flooded a little bit that I've been steam cleaning when I got home yesterday because the sump pump failed and no one's home to watch my house. There's a lot of things that just are in the back of your head, like, how's my house doing? Is it on fire right now? I have no idea because I'm not home. So there are things that you got to take on the road with you and just that you just kind of take for granted, like I said. But it's really just, I mean, right after the San Francisco trip, I had like a day off and then I had to fly down to Orlando, Florida for like a service meeting thing. We get all of us together and we have this weekend meeting. It gets crazy at times, but I like more of I don't like the 9-to-5 type jobs. I don't like clock punching. I like more of that style to where you just go to work and you get the job done, however long that takes. And that's how this job is. You just kind of go until the work's done that day and you're at a stopping point. It doesn't mean that, oh, but it's 4 p.m., I need to go home. I just don't like those days, especially, the days you don't have nothing to do. You're caught up on everything, but yeah, you still have to sit there and you have to sit there and stare at the clock. It's not, to me, I don't like that. Some days we work extremely long hours to get things done, and then other days there's not a whole lot to do, so it all kind of washes itself out. Every job, I've never had a job that I really clock punched. So, well, the military, I guess, was like that, but I wasn't punching a clock, you get whatever. Stuff like that, I don't know, I like it more of a free-flowing type atmosphere, and it's just what you put in is how fast you get it in for the rest of the day. Just traveling, where am I going? I'm going to, tomorrow, I'm flying to Arkansas, working in Hope, Arkansas or something. I don't think I've ever been to Arkansas yet, but that's where I'm going, and I'll be there for like a week, and I'll get the job done, fly home, and then find out where I'm going the next time. The experiences I'm gaining, and yes, I'm out there and there's certain weeks that I'm just stressed out to the max. You have customers yelling at you, you're extroverting constantly, you're training people, you're talking. A lot of jobs are really, really super talkative. And then even though it's great to be off that day and like run to your hotel room and go hide and kind of recuperate, there's nights where I have to go out with a customer or with a group of the people that are with us on my company. We have to go out and socialize after and go to dinners and things like that. And also in the car thing, the Prius, the Charger, it's all the same price. I wasn't flaunting money or anything like that. When you have status, when you travel a lot, you get like status perks. So a small little Toyota, a Prius or whatever is the same as like a sports car they put on the lot. You just go walk out there and pick whatever you want. So it's not like I spent like $100 and hey, look at all the money I have. It's just a travel perk as well as hotels, and there's all kinds of benefits with traveling a lot, and I get to essentially keep all airline miles, so I have a lot of airlines where I can use for travel arrangements so I can go see other things where I want to go. So it's a good gig. There's plenty of companies out there looking for people that are willing to travel, and if you're obviously married and have a family and things like that, it is a little bit more difficult and you might not be able to do it, but if you have that opportunity, don't like look past it. Oh, it's so scary because it's good for somebody to kind of kick you and just get you out into the world, because I need that too. If I'm in a low point, I get kind of comfortable. I get in my couch and I'm just like, oh, this is nice. I'm gonna sit here and just binge on YouTube or watch movies for the next 3 weeks. But no, work says, nope, you can't do that, buddy. Get out there and go enjoy the world. And it's just the experiences. I'll wrap it up. I'm getting completely wordy and lengthy. But the experiences you get, there's a lot of bad out there. I'm not trying to sugarcoat this and say that if you walk out that front door, you're not gonna get hit with a barrage of bad, nasty life experiences that just are no fun. But like I said, if you get through all that and learn how to process it, the next time you run into that situation, whatever it might be, you're going to be able to deal with it a lot easier. It just gets easier the more you kind of go through those things. It doesn't make it completely go away and be like, oh, I dealt with that before, it's completely easy for me now. No, it just makes it easier. I encourage you guys just to get out there and travel. If you can do that whole travel without a plan thing, please comment below and tell me how that went, because I don't know if I can do that, but it's for the people that do it, it's very intriguing to me to just basically, wow, that's pretty crazy. But no, it's good. I mean, that's just kind of how we are. We like to experience things on the flow of life and just kind of wander and follow that butterfly that's floating around, and you're just like, I'm gonna follow that. And then you end up in wherever, I don't know, New Zealand, backpacking somewhere, and you're just like, how did I even get here? And that's pretty cool. So that's all. This has completely gotten long. This is probably another 20-minute thing. I'm sorry, people that wait. Okay, travel is good. Travel is special. Now okay,